because I had an allergic reaction, and my mom was standing over me, and she handed me an orange-flavored sherbet push-up ice cream treat. And my mom, it was 1966, she looked like Audrey Hepburn. And she looked at me and she said, "Stephen, I just want you to know one thing." She said, "I love you." And then she said, "I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. You'll always be my friend." Many years later, I went away to college to the University of San Diego. Toreros. I studied political science with a minor in Spanish. So I knew I wouldn't have a job, but at least I'd know why. And I had a roommate named Daryl and another roommate named Todd. And Todd was the biggest Southern California stoner you ever met in your life. Every other word out of his mouth was dude. And I would just communicate with him with one word, dude. We were like meerkats. That's how we communicated. So if he was gonna tell me a secret no one could know, he'd go like this. Dude. And I'd know. But if he blew off his finger in Tijuana, Mexico with an M80 firecracker, he'd go, dude. If you walked in on him in the bathroom and he had a porno magazine out, he'd go, dude. Anyways, one day he got out of the water after surfing. He came up and he goes, "Dude." And I go, "Dude?" He goes, "Dude." And I said, "Dude?" He goes, "Dude, I met this totally hot chick, bro. Oh man, dude, she's coming over tonight. She was such a good surfer. She was getting tubed. We got 6 rolled tacos with guacamole and 6 Corona beers. She's coming over. I think I'm gonna get lucky. Can I put the BOP underneath your bed?" And it was like a record scratching because BOP was the acronym for bag of porn. And there were 3 dirty magazines in there. It was pre-internet. I'm not going to tell you the names of the magazines because I don't want to offend you. Okay, they were called Slick Slots, Prison Pussy, and Hairy Construction Workers. Hairy Construction Workers was my favorite. Sometimes we need that extra push of a fantasy. I've said too much. This tape is no longer for sale. So I said, "Please don't put the BOP underneath my bed. What if my lung collapses? My parents will come down, they'll see it, and they'll think those magazines are mine." He goes, "Dude." And I go, "Dude." And he goes, "Dude." And I go, "Dude." And he goes, "Dude." And you can't refuse a dude, because that's like the best ask. So I go, "Dude." So he did. So that night I went out and my lung collapsed. I can't make this shit up. I've got 13 collapsed lungs. I was rushed to the hospital. And the doctor was a Southern California surfer, and he saw the x-ray and he goes, "Dude, this is gnarly." I said, "Could you please speak more professionally? I'm feeling like I'm on Southwest Airlines right now. I don't need you to be funny. You're gonna be operating on me." And he goes, "Man, this is gonna be a surgery. You're gonna be in the hospital for at least a week, so your parents are gonna come down." And my parents showed up with Father Mike Murphy from our church, St. Teresa's. And my mom leaned down and she goes, "Stephen, hotels are very expensive, so we're gonna stay in your room for the whole week. And so's Father Murphy." I don't know why when I imitate my mom, she becomes JFK. "We will not tolerate missiles off the coast of Cuba." So, Todd's there, but he's so stoned. And what I want to say to him is, "Dude, get the bag of porn out from under my bed," but I can't. So they're wheeling me into surgery, and I look at my mom and I go, "BOP, Mama!" And then she cocked her head the way a chihuahua would look at you if you put a sweater on it and took its picture by a Christmas tree. So I woke up in intensive care. I had tubes coming out of every orifice of my body. When I came to, Father Murphy was there, and he looked down at me, and he goes, I said to Father Murphy, "BOP, Father." Like he knows B.O.P., bag of porn? He doesn't know what I'm talking about. So I go, B.O.P., Father Murphy. And he goes, you have to pee, Stephen, you have to pee. Then I go to my mom, bag of porn. And she goes, you can't have any corn, no solid food, Stephen. Finally, I became the exorcist, and I looked at my dad, my mom, and Father Murphy, and I said,
get the fucking bag of porn out from under my goddamn bed. Slick slots, prison pussy, Harry construction worker.
Then my dad leaned down, he kissed me, he said, it's okay, son, we still love you. Besides, that Slick Slots was a pretty good magazine. Father Murphy liked Terry construction workers, go figure. And then he said, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. You'll always be my friend. Now as I stand here at the atrium stage here on Cayamo after leaving this beautiful island, U.S. Virgin Islands, I can only think of one thing. I can think of love. Love, 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 love. How love makes you feel so good. It feels so good to look a stranger in the eye and send them love vibes. And I think of all the things I loved in my life, and what did I love the most? Well, one of the things I really loved was my dog Bojo, and I was allergic to him and I'd have asthma attacks. And my mom wanted to get rid of him, but I said, no, I love Bojo. And one day Bojo got hit by a Cadillac in the middle of the road. And I picked up his limp little body and he was barely alive, and he snapped at me and I said, Mom, we gotta get Bojo to the veterinarian, please drive fast. And my dog's blood was all over me, and she drove to the veterinarian as fast as she could, and some 16-year-old punk cut her off and honked at her, and he flipped my mom off, and I've never forgotten this. My mom had a cigarette dangling out of her mouth with all the windows rolled up, and I'd say, Mom, the cigarette makes me choke, and she said, it's too cold, leave the windows up. And I said, should I put the seatbelt on? She said, no, I'll stop you with my arm. And she was smoking, and that young punk flipped my mom off, and I'll never forget my mom with a cigarette dangling out of her mouth, flipping him off back, but using the wrong finger, her ring finger. So today, in St. Thomas, I paid a man to take down one of those pirate statues and put a statue up of my mom, flipping everyone off with the wrong finger with a cigarette dangling out of her mouth. So my dog went into surgery, and 2 hours later, he came out. And I said, please, if you can fix him, I'll sing on the atrium stage on a Monday night on Cayamo in 2022 after a pandemic. And it was only 1969, and they go, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. And I said, this is good weed, man. And the vet came out, he said, your dog Bojo's gonna live. And he came back home that night with me, and he was next to me in my bed. And I looked at him and I said, I love you, Bojo. And he lifted up his weak little doggy neck and he looked at me and he said, right through too. And I said, you can talk? And then he said, this is good weed, man. Have everybody howl for me. Have everybody howl on Cayamo for any dog they ever loved. And then I said, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. You'll always be my friend. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. You'll always be my friend. Okay, one more time if it feels good. I'm in it for the long haul.
with you to the end.